Jesus, sweetest name I know. King of kings, oh, he Lord of love. Born in a manger, no room in the inn. Oh, look at this face.
Hello, my name is Lisa Murray. My sister, Lynn Smith, has been missing since 1985. She was last seen walking home from school in HotSprings, Arkansas. She would have turned 16 that past October. For 23 long years, excruciating years, my family has had to live this nightmare. We tried everything at that time to get my sister classified as an endangered person. The authorities during that time initially classified her as a runaway, so efforts really weren't expended at that time to find her. We basically did everything in our power at that time to try to do our own searches, and basically posted our own reward, posted flyers everywhere, talked to people, went to psychics. I mean, we did everything in our power at that time to try to find her. But eventually the trail ran cold. Over the years, my family, specifically my mother and I, we kind of went in and out of a state of hopelessness, you know, not feeling that we would ever get the support we needed, ever feel that we would even have the courage to start looking again, because sometimes it's just, you know, it felt at least bearable to kind of put it in the back of our minds and hope that she would one day show up. But something inside of me just couldn't give up, and I just came back full blast. I had started a website for my sister in hopes of trying to get through to Bill Clinton. You see, my sister and Bill Clinton actually share a special connection, which I'll talk about later on. But I had put so much hope into finding him and getting in touch with him that I kind of lost sight of the fact that, you know, in reality, I was going to have to be the one to get my sister's case opened again. Through that website and through sending out mass mailings to everyone that I could think of, I sent them to, you know, all the news stations, all the talk shows, you know, and basically my main intention at that time was basically for someone to get my letter to Bill Clinton so that he could help us. Of course, he doesn't owe us anything, you know. We just felt that, you know, because of that special connection that he would have the humanity, which I know he's a humanitarian at heart, to help us find my sister. When I never received a response from any of those mailings or any of those emails, I basically just said I have to find some kind of link, some kind of connection to bring this case back alive. I had made contact the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. They have been very supportive to us. But this past December, around Christmas time, I actually was able to follow up on 2 leads that my cousin had given me the previous year. I went to Arkansas and I was able to follow up with 2 leads. I got some information. I forwarded it on to the authorities. And thank God they listened, because my sister's case has been reopened, and they have a very vigilant detective in the department supporting us. And I won't say it's irony. It's not irony. I'm a firm believer in God's divine intervention, because the detective on the case is actually named, or I should say she shares a name with my other sister who died at age 2 from a brain tumor. So it's just another sign to me that God is directing this, and he is going to help us bring my sister home. I basically want to get this message out to the public, because even though we have some leads and we have some information that is giving us some clues and direction to go, we still need the help of the public to bring this case to a resolution and to put together all the missing pieces. this is very difficult. I'm sure you know. It's not really about just my sister, though. That's the thing. Every day, 2,100 children reported missing. That's according to the National Institute of Justice. Every day, 2,100 children. I mean, if it were your child, wouldn't you want somebody to come through, want some information? I know there's somebody out there that's holding back some guilt, holding back some feelings because they know what happened to my sister. I'm just praying that God gives you strength to come forward. I'm determined to find out what happened to her, where she is. I can't let my mother go to her final resting place without having some peace of mind. So I'm just praying that you get the courage to let it go. We recently applied to the Carole Foundation for some reward money. So hopefully that will come through for us. Because, sometimes people need to have a little incentive to bring them forward. We hope that's not what it takes, but we just want to have that. And we thank them even for considering that. The Carole Foundation is a wonderful organization, and we thank them. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is a wonderful organization, and we want to thank them, too, for all their support. And most of all, I want to thank the HotSprings Police Department. Times have changed. We now have a police department there that is concerned, and they're trying to undo some of the lost time that we had for years. So I'm going to introduce you later to my mother, and I'm going to let you hear from her. It's really neat, the way my sister came into this world, because I know that is the thing that's going to help us, I think, bring her home to us. I know when all these other cases were coming up, splashed across the national headlines of missing children, I sympathized. I was heartbroken, but I had conflicting feelings, and then I was also jealous. I wish my sister had that attention. I think that we need to do more to educate our public about these kids that's missing each and every day. We need to get more to splash all their faces, no matter what color, no matter what economic status. They all deserve a chance to be recognized on a national level, because at some point that person who spots that little face might be that connection that can bring that child home. I know the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is doing a wonderful job, but we need to help them. They have a full plate of things that they have to get done to bring these kids home, but we need to help them as well. So I thank you for listening to me. I ask that you just bear with me as I try my best to capture my sister's story. And I thank you in advance for any information that you can bring forward on this case.